So today we are going to be building some bookshelves. I've been putting off getting these bookshelves for so long because I didn't want to have more shelves to have to move when inevitably I moved. I was talking to my dad about it the other day and he's like, we'll just get a U-Haul if you want to move. And I was like, okay, thank you. So that being said, I got 2 bookshelves. No, they are not the Billy bookshelves from IKEA. They're not from IKEA at all. They're actually from Walmart because I had a different vision in mind than your typical IKEA bookshelves. This is kind of like my office space, so I wanted something to kind of go with that. So I got 2. They're called ladder bookcase from Walmart. I have a vision. I don't know if these will execute the vision the way I want, but we'll have to build it to find out. So we're gonna get started on that and see how it goes. I have some lemonade and some Blue Bunny ice cream cones in my freezer for if I have a mental breakdown. And we'll kind of see how it goes. So I'm gonna go get my toolbox and we'll just get going. My dad, he's gonna call me back and give me his assessment. Okay, pause. Hey guys, so it's technically day 2 of my build, right? Yesterday I called my dad like I said I was going to, and we chatted, and he said I didn't build it wrong, which is not a shock. I knew I didn't build it wrong. Okay, I knew that, we knew that. He looked at it and he was talking to me about it and said it's probably gonna be wobbly, it's a $20 bookshelf. I said you're probably right. So I'm gonna go ahead and build the second one and see how they look when they're put together. I am gonna do some alterations type of things to it because I was talking to my dad and talking about the weight of how much the shelves can hold. The top one can only hold 5 pounds, which isn't very much, and the bottom 2 can hold 10. But my dad was talking to me about how I can put like jars or things like that under the bottom shelf, so that way it can hold more weight, so I can put like full books on the bottom shelf. So I'm gonna be working on that today, as well as setting up my second bookshelf because I want to see how they look together, and then we'll get that set up, we'll put my pictures up, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. This, there's a difference in, like, can you tell? There's a difference in the angle between this one and this one. What the heck? This one feels like, I don't know, why does it do that? Why is it like that? They're the same shelf. Hello? Okay, the shelves are now set up, both of them. Let me fix you. Okay, I need to wipe them off and pull off the stickers, but I think before that, the last thing I want to do today is go in and grab a handful of books that I want to put on these shelves so I can kind of get an idea of how much space I have and how I'm going to redo those shelves, probably the shelves in my bedroom. So it's going to end up being a pretty big project because I'm moving a lot of books. I think I'm going to go see what ones I kind of want to move here and maybe start moving some to get part of the project going. So with that being said, let's go. Check-in before I log off for the night and finish this tomorrow. I know I don't think all of these books are going to fit on this shelf. I am probably the bottom shelves are probably gonna be full, but then the next 2 up, like the second shelf, will probably be half the books, and then the top shelf will only probably be like 3 books. I don't want to put too much weight on them. The top shelf is going to be a display shelf. Like, as you can see, I have like a Pokemon tin up here already. So I think that's top shelf is going to be like probably like Pokemon tins or any other decorations for my bookish stuff that I have. Second shelf will be half and half, and then the bottom shelf will be full. So I don't think all of these will fit. But these were just some of the ones on my shelf in my room, and my shelf in my living room, mainly my shelf in my living room, because that's the one where people see, so I put my favorite pretty books there. This is a combination of my favorite books and books that are pretty, books that I'm gonna want behind me when I film, because I think I'm gonna film out here from now on. We'll kind of see how it all shakes out tomorrow, if I like how it looks or not. And then I also have picture frames I need to hang up above this, so there's a few things to do, but this is, I think, a really good start and where I'm going to stop for the day. Okay, today is the day we are going to be putting my books and rearranging everything and trying to get everything in order on the shelves. Wish me luck. I'm probably going to get up and go grab decorations for my other 2 shelves and like put stuff on here and kind of see what the vibe is and see how I'm feeling. Get into that. tour for you guys and kind of explain the books I put on here, because this might end up being my like new little filming area, and I picked these books specifically to be here. So let's just get into it. So the first is the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abby. This series was one of the first series that I read when like I got on Book Talk in like 2022 or 2021 or something. It was one of the series that everyone was like, oh my god, you have to read it, so good, serial killer, blah blah blah, revenge arc, like, you know what I mean? I read it, I enjoyed it. I love a woman who gets her revenge. The first ones I got, so I put on here an honorary mention for that. Next up is The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwen. Norse-inspired mythology. Some of my favorite battle scenes I've read, because some battle scenes I feel like just happen and there's just so much going on that it doesn't even fully make sense. But John Gwen, like the way he writes his battle scenes were like, I really enjoyed them and I thought they were like really well written. Norse-inspired mythology, fast-paced, like Vikings, dragon, magic, badass female characters, male characters are there too. But I'd recommend. Next up is the fifth season. K. Jemisin. Literally, like, insane books in the best way possible. Never in my life would I've seen that coming. Never in my life would I thought about that or even considered it. Like, that was insane. The plot, the world building, the story, so good. I really, really enjoyed this read and I would recommend it to like everyone, honestly. Next is Monsters Born and Made. I really enjoyed this book. So far, I'm sad because there's no announcement of like a duology or a trilogy or anything like that for it. It's just this book. Tanvi Berwa is the author. She released another book recently. However, that book has nothing to do with this book. So I'm waiting to see if there's another one for this one because I want there to be, because it ended on like a cliffhanger. And I was enjoying the characters and the story, so I really hope there's another one out there. You let me know. Let me know. Next up is Chain Gang All-Stars. This is like, Chain Gang All-Stars has become one of my like favorite books that I think about all the time. So I mean, I had to put it there because how could I not? Literally so good. Such good commentary. It's kind of comments on the prison systems, and low-key is like, as it kind of people are joking / not joking about some stuff in like that could possibly happen like in modern society like that, like, bro, it's scary. Let's keep it fictional, but so well written, amazing characters, amazing story arcs. I don't know, I don't know how to explain. It was so good. I love that there were so many different perspectives to be read. Like, I feel like nothing gets missed. Follow Loretta Thurman and Hamara Hurricane Stacks, and they are like gladiators by force. I know we're the other choice because they're in the prison system or the CAPE program, and they have to fight other prisoners from different links to like get their freedom, and it's fights to the death. They have to fight for like 3 years or something to get out. It's just so good. So good. I really enjoyed it and I would recommend. 100% would recommend. Check your trigger warnings though before. Next is Agnes at the End of the World. This book I don't think many people know about. This book was one of the books that really made me realize that I love or really enjoy reading books that are different perspectives than my own. Which I know some of you are gonna be like, yeah. However, apparently on Book Talk, that's not a thing that people do, which is weird. So anyway, Agnes is a part of a weird religious cult, where they're the type of cult where it's like the old men marry the really young girls and they don't believe in science or medicine, but her younger brother's a type 1 diabetic, which means he requires insulin. And then an apocalypse like a weird disease starts happening and people start turning to crystal and animals start being funky. And Agnes has to wrestle with, her religion and her faith and how that plays into like this new pandemic world where this disease is going through. And it was really interesting to read because I'm not a very religious person. So seeing someone struggle with a religion, even though like from the outside looking in, that's like a crazy religion, right? It's just very interesting. And like I said, it's really what rooted me in like enjoying reading books that aren't my perspective, because it's just so interesting to see how people think and feel about things and how their judgment can change as they go. So, I don't know, I liked it. It really opened my eyes to like reading books that aren't just about people who look like me and act like me and think like me, because that's crazy. You should expand your horizons. Reading bridges the empathy gap. You should read by everyone and diverse. Anyway, off my soapbox now. Next is Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. So good. Historical fiction, it is stunning. It is so sad. It rips your heart to pieces. It's about World War II, and it's just like, it's one of those books that like ripped my heart out. And I did not expect it to, because I'm not a big historical fiction girl, but my mom recommended it, my best friend recommended it, my grandma, like so many people were recommending it, and I read it and I get it. I get it. Next up is The Wolf and the Woodsman and Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reid. I own 2 other books by Ava Reid right now. I really put these ones on here because they're the 2 I've read, and I enjoy kind of like Ava Reid. She writes like I want to call it like a gothic fantasy style, and I really enjoy that. It kind of reminds me of like Grimm's fairy tale type of thing, so I wanted to include those because I, like I said, enjoy that writing style, and I thought the stories were fun and unique and, just weird enough, just twisted enough. I don't know, they just fit. So now on to the other side. First off, we have, I think it's the Gouging Fire EX10 as a bookend right now. Don't come for me, okay? We make do in this household. Next we have A Good Girl's Guide for Murder. This series is probably gonna be replaced soonish. It kind of is just there to take up space, if I'm being honest with you. I did enjoy Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's a YA murder mystery. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. However, the TV show kind of gave me the ick, and I didn't even finish it. I got maybe 20 minutes into the episode. I was like, why are we already talking about this stuff? It took a while to get here in the book, I felt like. Anyway, it's good, but it's not my favorite. Like, I've read better. As Good as Dead, 5 stars, do better. It will probably just be replaced as I read other books and get other books on here. I enjoyed it, but I don't know if it was like enjoying that much that I want to keep it on here. It's kind of taking up space right now for me. This is For the Wolf and For the Throne. Kind of follow the same vein, but I really enjoyed these books when I read them. They're another kind of book talk darling from like 2022 or something, or maybe even before that. My time doesn't make sense in my head anymore. Next is One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. I really enjoyed these books. I just read them. I talked about them a little bit ago in one of my other videos, saying how much I enjoyed it. Unique magic system, tarot card inspired. Bad guy. I thought the ending was really well written. I thought it tied things up really nicely, which is not something I say a lot because I don't like the endings of books most of the time. They don't end how I want them to end, and that makes me upset. But next is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I feel like people are kind of split on this. Some people hate them, some people like them. I like them. It's like a magical like high school. You get sent into this, all the high school kids are trying to survive, and everything in there is trying to kill them and take their magic. The main character is not the nicest person, so I think a lot of people just don't like that about her, which is like totally fine. I thought it was entertaining enough. I thought it was heartwarming. I enjoyed it. Next up is The Enemy series by Charlie Higson. This is going to be a series that a lot of people don't know what it is, and that's totally fine. This series is the reason I got back to reading in 2022. So it's really sentimental to me. In 2022, I had a goal to finish reading all the books that were on my childhood bookshelf. The Enemy and The Dead were both on there, so I brought them back with me to my MLS program when I did that, and things kind of spiraled and I didn't have anything else to do, so I just started reading a ton, and these books were kind of one of the reasons I got back into reading, and so they're very sentimental to me, and anytime I have to show them off, I always do. They're special editions. I got them secondhand. They just have like a comic and a map in them, and it's like bonus content, but since I got them secondhand, they don't have those in them, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. I'm just happy that I got, you know, cool editions. These are my first like sprayed edge cool books I've ever had, so I love to have them here, and I love them, and I don't know, I feel like most people don't know what it is or even have ever heard of them, but I have. It's like an apocalyptic book, YA apocalyptic thing. Next, we have my slacking tin. You'll see another one later that I opened. I think I'll end up taking this home and giving it to my little cousins. Then I have my mushroom house that I did that I added weapons to. There's 2 saws and a hammer. Girly pop things. I made this crown. And then this is kind of my pretty book section right now. So I have Children of Blood and Bone, Children of Virtue and Vengeance. I really enjoyed these 2 books. I am waiting for the 3rd one to come out, okay, in paperback, because I like my formats to match. I don't care if it's hardback or paperback, but once I have it in one, I prefer to keep it in that, unless there are exceptions like hardback special editions. But I didn't really like the sprayed edges of the hardback for the Children of, Anguish and Anarchy. So I'm hoping they make the edition and they make them like this, so they match. We'll see. Next, chill. Next is a recent read, which is Legends and Lattes and Bookshelf and Bone Dust. I love these books. I'm not a cozy fantasy book girl, but I ate these up. It was like exactly what I needed in the moment. I think I rated them both like 5 stars. I would definitely recommend. These were super cute, and this is like the special edition, so there's cool end paper art, so I enjoy these. I would recommend. I'd also recommend reading Legends and Lattes before Bookshelf and Bone Dust, even though Bookshelf and Bone Dust technically takes place before Legends and Lattes. I think you should read them the way I stated. Oh wait, that's not how they go out. What am I doing? There you go. Slide down, edges out. This is Legendborn and Bloodmark by Tracy Dion. These are Knights of the Round Table inspired books, except for, actually I'm not going to say that part. Knights of the Round Table, but we follow our main character Bree. I really enjoyed these. I'm excited for the 3rd book to come out. Once again though, waiting for it to come out in paperback because I like my formats to match. So next is kind of the last set of books we have, which is Forged by Blood. This book, besides the cover being stunning and the colors being amazing, I remember the most, it had like the way that the scenes were described and like the views were described was stunning. Like it seemed like absolutely beautiful, and I thought they were just so well written. I really enjoyed that. Next up is The Phoenix King. I believe the 2nd book is coming out really soon, so I kind of put this out there as a reminder for myself to remember to keep an eye out for it because it's coming out soon. So I want to get it when it does come out. So that's my reminder. Tenderness of Flesh. This one's kind of an odd one. I really enjoyed this read. I thought it was like very interesting. It's one of my like kind of weird-ish fiction books. Like the premise is kind of weird. And I don't know, I liked it. And I'm kind of listening to some weird ones right now. Or not weird necessarily, but different ones right now that make you like really consider things and think about things, and like, I don't know, the views are really crazy. Dreadful is up there as well, except for I kind of just put it there for the pretty sprayed edges. It was alright. It was a cozy fantasy, and I'm not the biggest fan, so. I also have my Iron Boulder EX tin. This is still sealed. I haven't cracked it open yet. If you've seen my TBR jar videos, you know who this is. This is my TBR jar zombie that I painted. We love. This is a cloth book my grandma gave to me because I was telling her that I like bugs. And it's got bugs in it, so yeah. Finally, I have another slacking tin. This one's empty. This is where I keep my Pokemon cards. My packs. Yeah, it's empty because there is none anywhere, ever. Which Black Bull and White Flame like came out like this week or last week or something like that. Not that I'm gonna see any of that ever, but it did, I think, come out or is coming out or something. This is my gem art plants that I did. I put a few of them here. I have the other ones I did on different bookshelves to kind of tie them all together. This is my practice butterfly knife. It's not sharp. I have a real one now that I use. This one's so heavy and squeaky, and it's just, oops, not the same. So I just use this one as display and like let my friends play with it if they want when they come over, so they don't hurt themselves with my real one. I have my chipmunk, which my mother gave me a few Easters ago, and he needed a new home, so this is where he's at. I have this thing. It's from, I think, Dory the movie or something like that. I have not seen it. I don't know where it came from, but I've had it and it's just been on my bookshelf, so it just moves from bookshelf to bookshelf. It's just here. I don't even know these characters. And my final display, which you guys probably saw a little bit earlier, is my Voltex binder. This just has some of my Pokemon cards, all of my Pokemon cards, not some. In here, there's gonna be a video with a binder tour soon. Oh, that has all my ones I need to get. So, it just has some cards in here, and I just needed a place to put it, so it's having displayed up here. I'll give a more like close-up tour so you guys can see how the little B-roll video type of thing. If you like it, let me know. If you don't say anything. Just add some more space on all my other bookshelves, which is really good because I was getting stressed because I had no space, and now I have a lot more space. But thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!